If I could give my younger self one piece of advice, it would be to use the words bug off more frequently, or something to that effect, and in a nice way, of course. Fabulous birthday to you! Is one of my best-selling cards in my Etsy store. And from my Etsy store, I've sold about 10,000, a little over 10,000 cards. And when I used to license my cards, the company I worked with sold an average of 300,000 to 500,000 a year, although I like the term 500,000 better. At any rate, I was thinking, what can I bring to a greeting card video? Talk about fancy schmancy paper, talk about fancy schmancy shipping things that I do on my packages, talk about how I print my cards. I can get all to all of that. But the one question I am asked most, more than any other question, whether it's from customers or friends, is where do you come up with the ideas? So I want to help inspire you to come up with ideas, which is why I'm going to share the story behind various cards. And with this one, well, this is an easy one to sort of prompt and suggest for you to use. Um, what would you tell your younger self? What would you tell your younger self? And or start with, remember when we used to do blah blah blah. I write women humor, and if you find something that's in common, that your customers will have in common, that is the nucleus of your humor. And then I can, as we go down the line, I can teach you how you turn a phrase into a card. I always do inside copy. So I do the outside, I do the inside, and statistics show that's what customers like the most. But if you're not set up to do that, you can put the whole pithy, I like that term pithy, sentiment on the front of the card. But this one was easy. This one came from real life. It's because I wanted to tell someone to bug off, and that's a nice way of putting it. Um, Not too long ago, and I thought, and I did, but I did it in a very, very nice way, which is how I came up with the tagline. If when I was younger, I wish I could tell more people to bug off, but with manners and in a nice way. It came directly from real life. I swear to the Lord's sake, I think of cards as mini diaries, mini books. But anyway, with this one, I want to inspire you to think, who would you send a card to that would have kind of a memory in common about when you were younger? Or what would you tell your younger self? Or what would your younger self tell you? Or start with remember when. Those are some ideas to sort of start with. So riffing off of that idea, I'm going to show you one more card after this, and it's all based on real life. And the one thing I would love you to walk away with, no matter what, write it down. Write down all your observations. Write them in notebooks. Write them on napkins. Write them on index cards, but write them down and keep them all. I don't care if you put them in a shoebox or an organized notebook like me. We are going to tweak your observations to turn into funny humor cards. So watch this next one. Sometimes when I'm talking to someone really annoying, I just want to scream, "Shut up!" or something to that effect. Oh, and in a nice way, of course. Fabulous birthday to you!